Central Cee has dissed Digga D's block in his new Met Gala vlog. So he held up gun fingers or a K next to a P sign that he was making with his other hand, which is a direct diss to P Block or Powis Square in Notting Hill, where Digga D and many others are from. I'm going to show you guys the video, just bear with me first and let me explain the situation before I play the video. So Digga D actually directly responded to this diss on a TikTok video and commented in quotes, "Rage bait from Slim Shady." Obviously talking about the fact that people have been confused about Central Cee's race, whether he's white, whether he's Guyanese, whether he's Chinese, whether he's a mixture of them all. But obviously Digga D is taking shots at the fact that he looks like a white rapper, calling him Slim Shady, and kind of saying that he's getting himself involved in black culture, let's just say, right? Maybe that's a reach, but that's what I'm getting from it, yeah? Now, if I'm honest, I feel like Central Cee is way too clear to be getting involved in this type of nonsense, bro. But let's not forget, Digga D has said, like, a couple of times, multiple times, that either him or his gang stabbed Central Cee's brother in front of Central Cee. Like, he had that bar, "Who the fuck is Central Cee? The only wild in West is we. We went to jail and chefed his bro and still took the not guilty plea," or something along those lines, and something about we chinged Central Cee's brother, he just stood there and watched when we chinged his brother, or something like that, right? He said that a couple of times. Like, the songs never fully come out, but they leaked. So, like, Digga D has been saying madness. And if he did actually stab Central Cee's brother, then I kind of get it from Central Cee. But also, like, bro, you're so clear. Just, like, ignore this type of stuff. But what I feel like, right, I feel like Central Cee and his manager YBs are very, very, very aware that the back and forth between Central Cee's Live Yours entourage, or the 12 anti-gang, whatever you want to call them, and Digga D's CGM or 1011 gang, bro, it gets people talking, like, gets the blogs posting. I'm here talking about it right now, and it keeps the music thriving. We see it in Chicago all the time. Like, King Von was on his way to being, like, the biggest rapper in Chicago because he had so many bodies, bro. And everyone's like, yeah, he stands on business, man. He does what he says in the raps. They love that shit in rap, bro. They love the fact that if you talk about bodies and you got bodies and you can prove you got bodies, then yeah, your music's gonna go far. Stupid as that is, that's how it works in the music scene. But to me, right, it seems a bit odd to be embracing the road life once you've made it out of the ends, but clearly it's working for Central Cee's career, so I can't really blame him for doing it. But even members of 12 Anti weren't co-signing this P Block diss, right? Longz Hamilton from 12 Anti, right? He responded to this and he said, in quotes, "This made no sense. What yes man greenlit this? About having bigger fish to fry and repercussions and law." Now, the fact that he mentions law is so true, bro. Throwing up a K to P Block or dissing Digga D here and there is one thing, but if he actually starts putting money on people's heads, paying for the gang straps, etc., like he's saying in songs, talking about, "I can get man bun for £100,000. It's not going to be hard for the police to work out what's going on, and he could end up like Lil Durk in a Rico case, and that would just be outrageous and ridiculous for him, considering the success and fame that he's achieved this far, bro. All it takes is one member of his entourage to do something stupid or make the wrong decision, and that could cost Central Cee his whole career, bro. But look, anyway, let me get into the video of where he's actually doing he's throwing up the K to P Block. You guys tell me what you think about this. Like, to me, it's pretty obvious what he's doing here.
I knew you were gonna do that.
I'm gonna do that on the thing, isn't it?
Would you
Summertime skin go Oliver.
Bruh, nah. Let's pause on that for a sec, bro. I'm even in the way. My bad. Bro, one more time, because I can't even believe what I'm seeing.
No, I was thinking that.
I knew you were gonna do that.
I'm gonna do that on the thing, isn't it?
Brother, what on earth? Who told him to do this, bro? Like, who's told him to do this? I personally think it's YBs who's told him to do this, because, look, I'm going to keep it real with you. I'm going to give you an exclusive, yeah? Somebody I know was in a room with YBs and a bunch of A&Rs, let's say, yeah? And also, this story could be complete cap. I'm not saying it's true, but this is what I got told from somebody, right? He said he was in a room with YBs and a bunch of label execs, and they're talking about Central Cee's label and how he can start his own label and whatnot. This is back when Bambino was involved in that, right? Obviously, we know what's happened there now. Bambino's talking a whole bunch of madness on Central Cee 24/7 now. Apparently, YBs was saying, yo, we need to get this Live Yours versus CGM thing popping to the label. So he knows, like, yo, us lot dissing Digga D's crew is what's going to help the label thrive. And unfortunately, it's fucking true, bro. Like, everybody wants to know about the beef between the rappers, even more so than the rap sometimes, bro. Like, shit happens in the streets where you'll hear about a certain rapper do something else to another rapper, or shit will happen, and then we wait for the song to drop, and we're listening to the song like, yo, when's he gonna mention this part? Like, when's he gonna confirm that happened? If he does it and says, yeah, it was true what they said, I caught my man and done this, everyone's going mad for it, bro. So that's just how it works in the music game. So I feel like, you know, YBs and Central Cee are very smart with how they do their marketing, and as much as this looks ridiculous that Central Cee's throwing up a K to P Block, and he's not really known for the road life or being a GM. YBs would have been like, take that out if it wasn't beneficial to them, right? And he hasn't said I'm taking it out. So that's why I feel like, anyway, he's doing this type of shit. YBs is letting it slide because he's like, bro, this is going to get people talking. I see it yesterday in Reddit. I was going to make a video. I was tired. My girl just got back. I wanted to chill with her. I couldn't bother jumping on the computer. But then I wake up this morning and all I'm seeing on Instagram is this screenshotted, everyone saying Central Cee, this Digga D, Central Cee, this Digga D. It gets everybody talking, bro. I'm here making a video about it on YouTube, bro. But look, let's get into the rest of the clip.
Would you wear
Summertime skin go olive, I throw the olive on. I don't run away from my pain, I'm making a profit of. If my brody up in that pole, he ain't doing muscle ups, and I'm still adjusting. Tuxedo buttoned up, handcuffs to cufflinks. My mum thinks I'm up to something, she know I'm a hustler.
See, look, some of these bars, like, if my bro ups the pole, then he ain't doing muscle ups. He's moving like he is. I mean, he is the main guy of the group, right? But he's moving like he's buying straps for the gang. He's putting money on people's heads. Like, obviously he's not doing that, because if he does that, he's just gonna get caught and go to jail, bro. And this guy's got a clean record. You do not need to go to jail, bro. Damn near most successful rapper the UK's ever seen, and embracing this gang life could cost you your whole career. But it also is making his career thrive, so I can't really blame him. But look, let's get into what they're saying on Reddit about this situation. So, like, if I go into this clip here, again, it's the same thing, but you can actually see Digga D's comment here. Let me move myself out of the way. So Digga D has said, rage bait from Slim Shady, bro. That's Digga D's response. He's not taking this serious. He's just kind of saying whatever. But look, should we get into some of the comments of what they're saying on this, right? So it's interesting to see what people are thinking, and I think the general gist of what people are commenting is that this was just a mad move from Central Cee. But as I'm saying, I get it. It is a mad move, but I get it. All right, the first comment, he might be the first guy to ever add a K onto something at the Met Gala. That is very true, bro. Met Gala is not something to be throwing K's about. It's supposed to be a sophisticated event where everyone's dressed up smart and that. Somebody here said, too forced for Central Cee to be doing this, knowing fully well he is too clear for this bullshit and has never played a part when it was cracking. Rappers always become rich and then suddenly start running with corny persona. That is very, very, very true. But look, when you're in the rap game, bro, like, you got to kind of be a gangster to get any motion, bro. It's just kind of how it works, bro. Like, otherwise you're going to be, what, like Lil Dicky or something? Somebody said, this is to a whole block, bro. This isn't just an individual. He's rapped for 10 years and never thrown this in his life, but decides to do it at the Met Gala event. Not to mention, he started to diss Digga D directly only once he's in prison. Look, is Central Cee going to actually diss Digga D and be like, yo, when I see you, it's on site? Of course not, bro. He's going to go to jail for that type of shit. He's not on that. Digga D is on that. Central Cee's not on that, bro. He's just doing it for the clout, for the music, bro. It gets everybody talking, keeps the music thriving. That's why he's doing it. I know damn well if Central Cee sees Digga D, he ain't doing shit, bro. Come on, man. Why would he? Why would he throw away his whole career for someone like Digga D, bro? Doing a little back and forth is going to get people talking and shit, but actually seeing him live in the flesh and doing something, is everybody going to be like, yeah, I rate Central Cee for stabbing Digga D? Of course not, bro. You got, what, 25 M's and you want to stab people? Come on, bro. It's ridiculous, bro. But look, this is this Longz Hamilton person who's from 12 Anti, right? So look, you can see his Instagram here, right? That's his handle. And look, this is him. He's got songs here on Mixtape Madness 1 month ago. He's got a song here called Violence. So this guy's obviously a GM. Hashtag 12 Annie Hamilton HMP freestyle. CC freestyle cover Central Cee. He's rapping over Central Cee's beats whilst he's in jail. Cool. 5 years ago, Kimbo sliced 176k. Look, this guy's repping the gang. Violating 12 World. Like, look, this guy is clearly part of the shenanigans, yeah? And what he said, right? What he has said. This made no sense. What Yes Man greenlit this about having bigger fish to fry and repercussions and law. Bro, it's so true. Because as I was saying, look, Lil Durk right now is locked up on a murder for hire case. It's basically a Rico case because all of this stuff he's saying in his raps, right? About, I gave him the green light, told him go. He's screaming on the news. He's saying no. Like, the police are actually taking this as evidence and locking him up for the murders. Like, yeah, you didn't do it, but you're orchestrating it. Like, your brother's got... There's more than one murder, bro. Like, I think Trap Lord Ross said there was like 5 bodies involved in the Durk thing, but I think the feds have got him for 2 murders, but they're really focusing on 1, right? And that was all just because they used... I think they used his cards or something. I can't remember the exact details of it, but like, clearly these lot are doing it for Lil Durk, and they had the people who murdered Lil Pub, Quando Rondo's cousin. They had the people who did that texting each other, chatting about, yo, did you get that money from Durk yet? Like, bro, these GMs are not smart, bro. They are not silent assassins. They are not spies. They're GMs, bro. They're probably off their nut on the lean, smoking bare loud, slipping up, texting on iMessage, talking about, yo, did Durk pay you that peas yet? After Lil Pub's on the news, like, unalived, bro. Come on, man. Like, how dumb can you be, bro? But these are the type of people that you're dealing with. And this is why you've got to rise above it when you are someone as famous as Central Cee or Lil Durk. Yeah, stuff happens in your life where you want to go and get revenge, but also you are in a position where you are more blessed than most people. You've put in a lot of work. You've got very successful, very famous, and very rich. Leave the gang life alone, bro. Don't actually be catching bodies, bro. Like, yeah, you're going to get respect from it from people on YouTube comments, but it's probably 12-year-olds commenting this shit. Do you really care what they think? Like, you got to remember, like, it's a persona that you're putting on to help your career. Don't actually get involved in that life. Or if you're actually from that life and you've been in that and you've turned it around and you still rap about it, that's a different story. But bro, to me, Central Cee never seemed like a GM, and that's not even a diss. I'm not saying, yo, this guy wasn't a GM, why is he doing it now? Bro, it's a good thing that you weren't a gang member and you weren't getting involved in this nonsense, because now look at yourself. You're the biggest rapper in the UK, signed a deal for 25 million, you made 16 million a year, 16 million last year alone. You are very successful, bro. That deserves a round of applause. You don't need to be throwing up K's next to the P block, next to the P sign, and getting people dealt with, bro. That's not you. So just, do you get what I'm saying? Like, but anyway, look, I'm sure he knows what he's doing, and he's basically just doing this to get people talking. He's not actually going to get people packed out here, but it's just getting to that point now where I'm like, we saw what his entourage was saying about H, throwing up, yo, where's H, when they were in that arena in Manchester. He's got all of his goons tagging H, like, yo, the man them want to chat to you. It's getting to the point where it's like, okay, like, we're seeing all these lot doing push-ups and all this type of stuff. Like, what is this? Like, what is this? Are you lot trying to push a narrative where, like, you're gonna just get people dealt with? You're trying to catch bodies? Like, what is it? Is it just to get people talking, or are you actually trying to be like that in real life? Because if you are, it's only gonna end up with the main man, Central Cee, just like how it worked as the main man of the main man, Lil Durk, gets done for all the crimes that your gang commits, bro. You are at the top, so they put a Rico case on you, and everything underneath is all to do with you, because you're the one allegedly orchestrating it. It's happening to Little Baby, it's happened to Lil Durk, it happened to Young Thug, it's happened to Big U. Bro, Central Cee might be the first person in the UK, or the first rapper in the UK to have a Rico case around him if he keeps acting like this. But anyway, we will see what happens, guys. But look, let me know your thoughts about this whole situation. What do you think Central Cee should do? Do you think he needs to stop this bullshit? Or do you think He knows what he's doing. He's just being smart with his marketing. I want to know what you guys think, so let me know your thoughts in the comments on this whole situation. What do you think about Digga D? Like, Digga D's soon to be coming home. He might even be fresh home in secret. We don't know. And it seems like, yo, if Central keeps carrying on this type of shit, he already had the diss from H, but look, H ain't a GM, is he? It's never going to get like that with H, like, ever. H has never claimed to be a bad man. But Digga D, bro, Digga D's been in jail for shooting people in their face. Like, he's been stabbed in his eye. Like, he's in jail right now for the 45 kgs of loud. Digga D really lives this life, innit? So, like, if these men if it keeps going like this, bro, it could end up being peak, bro. Someone might end up going to jail. Someone might end up getting unalived. And I just think, yo, if you're the guy at the top, and this is all because of you and the stuff that you're doing, police ain't gonna ignore that, bro. So just be careful. But anyway, guys, that's the video for today. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to Honcho's House. I am out. Grrr, bow.